Hello and welcome. My name is Alan, and today I need to apologize for disappearing for a week. Yeah, and apologize for starting right off with droplets from the shirt. I was drinking a thing of mix, and when I lifted it up, I had the lid in my hand, and it come dripping out of the lid. As you can see, it's a yeah. But anyway, as I was saying, today we're going to pick back up with the Constitution. Um, and we are going to be doing episodes, doing articles 5, 6, and 7, which will complete the original articles of the Constitution, and that'll just leave us with getting into the amendments. So let's go ahead and hop into this. First part we're going to read is Article 5 of the U.S. Constitution. The Congress, whenever two-thirds of both houses shall deem it necessary, shall propose amendments to this Constitution, or on the application of legislature of two-thirds of the several states, shall call a convention for proposing amendments, which in either case shall be valid to all intents and purposes as part of this Constitution when ratified by the legislatures of three-fourths of the several states, or by conventions in three-fourths thereof, as the one or the other mode of ratification may be proposed by the Congress, provided that no amendment which may be made prior to the year 1808 shall in any manner affect the first and fourth clauses in the ninth section of the first article, and that no state without its content shall be deprived of its equal suffrage in the Senate. So, yeah, there's a bit to break down here. Essentially, the idea is new amendments and how they are to be ratified. And whenever two-thirds of both houses of Congress shall deem necessary, the Senate and the House, all shall propose amendments to this Constitution. So when the Senate and the House agree upon it, they can propose an amendment. Or, on the application of the legislatures of two-thirds of the several states, shall call a convention for proposing amendments. So, if at least two-thirds of the states in the U.S. at the time do call a convention and propose an amendment, it's to be voted upon by the states as a whole. Um, let's see. to be ratified, they have to be ratified by the legislatures of 3/4 of the states or by conventions in 3/4 of the states. As the one or other mode of ratification may be proposed by the Congress. So Congress can suggest either way of accepting it. Now, this is only provided that no amendment which may be made prior in the year 1808, 1808, shall in any manner affect the first and fourth clauses in the 9th section of the first article. So, or that no state without its consent shall be deprived of its equal suffrage in the Senate. So they should have equal voting rights in the Senate as well. But let's see, what are we looking at? Article 1, Section 9. Which clause? First and fourth clauses. So the first was the migration or importation of such persons as any of the states now existing shall think proper to admit shall not be prohibited by Congress prior to 1808, but a tax or duty may be imposed on the importation not exceeding $10 for each person. So the importation of slaves. And I think they said it was the fourth clause. Yeah. No capitation or other direct tax shall be laid unless in proportion to the census or enumeration herein before directed to be taken. So, more or less, slave owners and those that were really pro-slavery pushing ideas to help protect slavery. So they buckle down on it in Article 5 here. So again, they connect that 1808. Which is what, 32 years? Well, 1789, 1788, so 20 years from the introduction of the Constitution until 1808. So giving them 20 years to build up their slave stores. And then it's like, then you can do whatever. Because they know at that point there's already pushback against slavery when the Constitution is being written. But slave owners were so adamant in maintaining their right to slavery. That they had things written in. Okay, let's look at Article 6, Paragraph 1. All debts contracted and engagements entered into before the adoption of the Constitution shall be as valid against the U.S. under this Constitution as under the Confederation. So, pretty simple. The Constitution did not nullify U.S. deals, they're still valid. Article 4, Section 2, or Paragraph 2. This Constitution and the laws of the United States, which shall be made in pursuance thereof, and all treaties made or which shall be made under the authority of the United States, shall be the supreme law of the land, and judges in every state shall be bound thereby. Anything in the Constitution or laws of any state to the contrary notwithstanding. So essentially, U.S. laws are dominant over uh, state laws. You must follow federal law. And then, I think it's like as long as state laws do not contradict, we're all right. That's why we often have a lot of confrontation in dealing with state laws. Now, while something may be legal nationally, I don't know if some states can legalize it. Although we're trying to see how it goes with marijuana. So we're slowly having states legalize it. But where things can be illegal, well, it's kind of hard to describe. Again, I'm not a legal scholar. These are just my personal ruminations on these things. Article 6, Paragraph 3. The senators and representatives before mentioned and the members of the several state legislatures and all executives and judicial officers, both of the United States and of the several states, shall be bound by oath or affirmation to support this Constitution, but no religious text shall ever be required as a qualification to any office or public trust under the United States. That means simply they want you to uh, swear oath to protect the Constitution and uphold its laws and stuff if you're accepting an office. Um, but you shall have no requirement to cite legal or religious text, or even have to lay your hand on a Bible. Because this is not a country meant to be solely religious. We don't want over domination by religious groups, which has happened in the past. That's often why many left their home countries to come to the U.S. That's why the U.S. is. Many people came to the U.S. in the first place. Why it was formed. Many groups were seeking to escape from religious persecution. And one thing they didn't want to happen, was to fall right back into that. So, yeah. And lastly, Article 7. The ratification of the conventions of 9 states shall be sufficient for the establishment of this Constitution between the states so ratifying the same. And so it's just saying, we have so many states. We only need, I think, what did they say, 9 states? How many states time of constitutional ratification? That's not what I asked. Uh, U.S. states in 1788. Okay. Let me see here. States and dates of ratification. I don't see any new states that weren't already there. So it looks like we were still on the 13. So yeah. So 9 states out of 13, and the U.S. Constitution is ratified, is set into law. So, yeah. Those are the articles of the Constitution. The next episode we do on the Constitution shall put us into the U.S. amendments. And the first 10 are known as the Bill of Rights, all of them ratified together in 1791. So, yeah. 11, 12. But that will be it for now. As always, educate thyself, think, read, study, learn. Someone tries to tell you something, ask them to cite their sources. I'll be having my sources cited in the description below the video. But I'll see you all in the next one. Until then, later.